Good morning. My name is Chief Strongland. I am St. Vincent and the Grenadines' favorite and most hated son. I am the diaspora which is my people. All in all, it was another beautiful day for a protest, and I enjoyed every moment of my protest. Let me first remind you, the front of my sign says, I don't want the white man's money, the white man's woman, the white man's friendship, and or the white man's fame. And the reverse of my sign says, white man, why have you re-enslaved the African American, the Latinos, etc.? All in all, it was another beautiful day for a protest, and I enjoyed every moment of my protest. There is nothing particularly interesting that I should bring to your attention as it relates to my protest. And as you know, when I have protested and when I have updated you as to what transpired while I protested, it is always my pleasure and my delight to bring to your attention something of a social nature as it relates to St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Many people are waiting to see if Ralph Gonsalves is going to bring civil legal proceedings against Anil Roberts of Trinidad and Tobago.
The current Prime Minister of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, the Honorable Ralph Gonsalves, Storm Gonsalves, the HDC, the Housing Development Corporation of Trinidad and Tobago, saying letter of offer of sale of property at Victoria Keys, Unit 1E, Tower 2, Storm Gonsalves of an HDC house in Trinidad and Tobago at Victoria Keys. Ralph Gonsalves, is that your son? Mr. Ralph Gonsalves, is Eloise Gonsalves your wife?
For exposing the corrupt practice that he, Ralph Gonsalves, was caught involved in, where he was able to procure properties for his two children, Storm and Soleil Gonsalves, as well as for his wife, Eloise.
Prime Minister of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Dr. Ralph Gonsalves, is seeking legal advice against Minister Anil Roberts, and he believes this country's Prime Minister knows the right thing to do in this circumstance. Minister Roberts accused Gonsalves of benefiting from political favors with his family's purchase of several Victoria Keys properties in Diego Martin. He also questioned their asset declarations. While Gonsalves dismissed the claims, saying his family was eligible and the units were open market, not low income. And now the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Prime Minister is examining his legal options.
I've referred certain matters to my lawyers who are in Trinidad, to a senior counsel. I wouldn't name the senior counsel yet. There's a bundle of issues, legal issues which arise, those which touch upon the question of defamation, and those which touch upon breach of constitutional rights include.
Vincentians want to see if Ralph Gonsalves is actually going to bring legal civil proceedings against Anil Roberts, or if he only has strength, as we say, for Vincentians. Ralph Gonsalves has a habit of suing Vincentians for speaking the truth. Let us see if he's going to do the same to this strong Trinidadian vocal politician, Anil Roberts. Ralph Gonsalves has sued Douglas Defreitas and Nice Radio more times than Douglas Defreitas will care to remember. The reason why I'm here is to make it easy for Ralph Gonsalves to forget about the legal proceedings against Anil Roberts of Trinidad and Tobago for exposing the corruption that Ralph Gonsalves instigated on behalf of his family. According to my investigation, Trinidad and Tobago's government started a housing project, which is the Victoria Keys housing project for low middle income families. And because of the exorbitant cost overrun that project experienced, it took the price of each unit out of the price range of what is considered low and middle income owners. And as the story goes, the government, in their effort to try to recoup some of the excess money that was spent on this project, put the housing project or the houses on the open market. If we can remember very well, Ralph Gonsalves, in claiming that his family was eligible to purchase these houses, said that the houses were on the open market.
Dismissed the claims, saying his family was eligible and the units were open market, not low income.
When an item is placed on the open market, it is placed there without government's restrictions. For example, if a government needs to raise monies urgently, what they do? They prepare bonds and put those bonds on the open market at high interest rates. Now, because the objective is to raise a lot of cash quickly, there is no limitation who is eligible to purchase these bonds. Foreigners, criminals, terrorists, anyone that has money to purchase the bonds are free to purchase these bonds because they are on the open market without any government restrictions. In the case of the bonds, what the government do is they set the price and they set the interest rate for the bonds and they just put them out there for anyone to purchase. So when you're talking about putting a property on the open market or putting anything on the open market, is that you're offering it for sale without any government, cultural, or local restrictions. One thing we must all come to understand: governments and prime ministers has a lot of power, but one thing they cannot do is put real estate on the open market. In order for you to put real estate on the open market, you have to change a lot of laws, including the immigration law. Because in most countries, especially in the Caribbean, we have restrictions as to who are able to purchase and own property on each island. The only authority the Trinidadian government had where Victoria Keys were concerned was to change the classification of the property and change the cost of each unit. But to put the properties for sale on the open market, no prime minister, no government, no cabinet has that authority. Because to put such properties for sale on the open market means that even people who do not have the lawful authority to own property in Trinidad and Tobago can now purchase this property and become property owner, contrary to the laws that governs property ownership in all of its form in Trinidad and Tobago, including the immigration laws. So the question I want to ask here is how Ralph Gonsalves is able to buy properties on the open market that was not eligible to be sold on the open market. Another question I would like to ask here is who put these properties on the open market and what means or methods or laws did they use to put these properties on the open market. My name is Chief Strongler. I am St. Vincent and the Grenadines' favorite most citizen. I am the diaspora. Machismo. Remember to like this video, share this video, leave a comment on this video, let me know what are your thoughts as to what was said here. There are many more videos like this right here. Go and peruse those videos, let me know what are your thoughts about those videos. Remember to like or subscribe based on which social media platform you are viewing this video from. And I will talk to you very soon.